actually
English Language Day.
on the 23rd of April, which was what? Was it Sunday? On Sunday, it was United Nations World English Language Day. Every year, it's on the same date, on the 23rd. But we're having ours on the
26th.
Good, on the 26th. We're having ours today. So, does anybody know how many countries in the world speak English? Yes. Where English is spoken a lot. Not just officially, but where there's a lot of English spoken. Adam?
18.
Not 18. Nicola?
10.
More than 10. More. But you know, it changes every year. I think the first year we did this,
32.
I looked online and it said 65. Then last year I said it was 67.
No.
67. 67.
60.
But the other day, I saw something on the internet which said that it's more than 80. More than 80. No, more than 80. 81. That's a lot of countries. I don't know. No, I don't know. It just said more than 80. That is a lot of countries in the world that speak English. So if you can speak English, think of all the places in the world that you could go to, you could talk to people. So English is spoken in a lot of countries. So is Spanish as well.
Yep.
So those of you who are learning Spanish, it's another good language to learn. Right, so everybody has got a little show to do, haven't they? Everybody. So, first of all, I think if you have English with Mr. Chris and you're in class 2, so Mr. Chris is class 2, 2A, can you come and stand at the front?
This are the lists.
Okay, so we're talking about Belize. Okay.
In Belize you can find lots of animals, and I have with me a photo about one of these animals. The name of this animal is tapir, and when you be in Belize jungle, so you can see the tapirs.
In Belize you can also find sharks.
There are flamingos too.
There are iguanas as well. You can find also in the jungle a toucan, and how you want to buy something, you have to buy for something like this.
In Belize, you can see an eagle when you go to the forest.
This is a flag from Belize. You can see on it 2 men and a tree.
In 1961, Hurricane Hudson nearly completely destroyed Belize City, the then capital city of Belize. There are 900 mine sites in the country.
In Belize, you can see coral reef. This is the biggest coral reef all the world, and this is I think so beautiful coral reef because in this coral reef you can see lots of fish.
My insights.
There are 900 mile sites in the country.
Very good.
One man is living in the forest, and he has lives in the forest, rest his and his thumbs are missing, so he can't cough off anyone.
Very good. Okay, is that everything for us?
Yes.
Yes? Rabad, did you want to say? No? Okay.
And this group, they love this. It's all about somebody called Joe. It's an English rhyme about somebody called Joe who worked very, 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 very hard in a button factory. Okay, so are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? Okay, I'll do it with you. Miko, are you ready? Right, this is how it goes. Ready? Hi, my name is Joe. I've got a wife and 3 kids and I work in a button factory. Last week, my boss came to me and said, Joe, are you busy? I said, no. He said, push that button with your right hand. Hi, my name is Joe. I have a wife and 3 kids and I work in the button factory. Last week, my boss came to me and said, Joe, are you busy? I said, no. He said, push that button with your left hand. Hi, my name is Joe. I have a wife and 3 kids and I work in the button factory. Last week, my boss came to me and said, Joe, are you busy? I said, no. He said, push that button with your right foot. Hi, my name is Joe. I got a wife and 3 kids and I work in the button factory. Last week, my boss came to me and said, Joe, are you busy? I said, no. He said, push that button with your left foot. No. On Monday, we walked around the school, didn't we, Linda?
Yes.
Why? Why were we walking around the school on Monday?
Because we have college everything. One.
We were collecting information. We came to your classes, do you remember? And we asked you a question. What was that question? Marisha? How many people have visited English-speaking countries? Remember when we came round and we asked you? And this is our, oh, it's so big.
Oh my
Here
goodness.
it is. Oh, I know. Oh, you've got nobody tall here, haven't we? Miss Cassia's tall.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Oh, thank you, Miss Cassia. Right. So, which country is this here? England. See all of these people. So that lots of people in the school do travel to England. Now, stick him on the end there. We ran out of paper there. And who knows which country this is? Scotland. You've got 2 people there who said they'd been to Scotland. Country. Gibraltar. Gibraltar. And we put a flag on for you. There we go. So, and I know that some of of you this summer are going to travel to English-speaking countries?
I'm going to go to England.
You're going back to England.
I'm to Canada.
Your Adam's going to Canada. Lukash, are you going to see your dad in New York? Yes? Rafael?
Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago. You're going to Trinidad and Tobago. So that's quite a few people. Right. Well, thank you, Miss Kasha.
That's you. Yeah. Good. So here, Tasha, this is yours, yeah? Okay, so Justina, what country do we have?
We have Africa.
Which part of Africa? North Africa?
South Africa.
South Africa. Where is South Africa?
In Africa.
In Africa. In the north of Africa or in the south? In the south. Do you know any countries that are near South Africa? Kenya is a bit further north, but even closer. Zaki, do you know a country near South Africa? Angola, yeah.
Mr. Chris, Swazi.
Yes, in Swaziland as well. Okay, so, Justina, what are you holding? What is this here? This
Flag.
is the flag. How many colours are in the flag?
6.
6. Lots of colours in the flag. Is it more than Poland?
Yes.
Okay, and what animals do we have in South Africa? Asha, what animals have you got there? A leopard? Yeah, a leopard. And what have you got, Nikolai?
Mouse.
A mouse? And on the other side? No, you have a good picture, Nikolai.
Snake. It's good.
Okay, Nikolai, you don't have to show, but what is the name of the animal?
Cheetah.
Cheetah, yeah. Adam, what animals do you have? Can you show everyone?
Warthog.
A warthog and... Yeah, and is the warthog big?
It's so sad.
Is it scary?
Maybe.
Yeah? Yeah, and what animal do you have? Elephant. Is the elephant big?
No.
No? And what other animals are there? Giraffe? Saki, what other animals? Meerkat, yeah, there's meerkat. Victor, can you remember? Crocodile, maybe, Victor? Leopard, yeah. Selena, can you remember any others? It's a little small bird. It doesn't fly. No, not parrot. Penguin, yeah, they're all penguins. Okay. And hippos, yes. Okay, thank you. I think that is...
All right. Now, where are my other children? Come on, Anya, I need you here. You need to sit. Okay. Anya and Ella were going to read out, but they were a little bit shy. So I said, well, that's okay. So you can sit down here. And can I have my 2 children from class 1? Nikolai and me have, because you've done some pictures. So you just sit down there for a moment. Right. Now, our country that we chose was Ireland.
And Scotland.
Scotland is in it a little bit because we're going to tell you a story. Now, class 3, you are the oldest children in the school. These younger children look at you to learn how to behave. Okay? Yes, just go and sit so you can see. All right, wait. Shh, you ready? We'll start when you're all very quiet, okay? Victoria. nice loud voices. Go on.
The two giants. A long time ago in Ireland there lived a giant called Finn McCool. Finn thought he was the biggest, bravest and strongest giant in Ireland.
But across the sea in Scotland there was another giant. His name is Benadore, and he was the biggest, bravest and strongest giant in Scotland. He was much bigger and stronger at the fin.
Stop. So there were two giants. There was one giant who lived in Northern Ireland who was called Finn, and over the water in Scotland, Benandonna. Everybody called him Ben.
Walking, Ben started shouting at him from across the sea.
Just like that. He started to shout at him across the sea. Which is not a very good idea, is it?
Finn was angry. They picked up on the big rock and threw it at the giant.
So Finn, because he was angry, picked up this great rock. He threw it at the giant.
Ben picked up on the even big rock and threw it at Finn.
You can just see Ben there in Scotland throwing his rock.
So Finn began to build a huge bridge made from enormous rocks. He worked all day until the bridge stretched all the way from Ireland to Scotland. But when Finn saw how big Ben was, he was frightened.
See, oh no, this isn't good. See, can you see the bridge in the water? And suddenly, when Finn saw Ben, he thought, he's bigger than I thought he was. There he is.
He knew that Ben would kill him.
Finn ran home to his fire. Una, please hide me, he said. Una was a very, very clever woman. Don't worry, she said.
So he ran home to his wife, Una. Hide me, he said. And Una said, don't worry, because she was very clever.
She dressed Finn as a baby. Lie over there in the cot and pretend to go to sleep, she said.
So Finn lay down in his baby clothes and closed his eyes.
So he dressed in the baby clothes and he lay down and pretended to be a baby.
Soon Ben arrived and knocked on the door. He was very angry. Let me in, he wrote. Una opened the door. I'm afraid Finn isn't here, she said. Would you like a cup of tea?
Ben walked
Wait a
inside.
minute. So, when the giant came, Una wasn't scared. I'm sorry, she said. I'm afraid Finn isn't here. Would you like a cup of tea?
Ben walked inside. Please sit down, said Una, but do be quiet. Don't wake the baby.
So in went Ben into the house.
Ben looked at Finn. He thought it was the baby. Oh no, he said. This baby is huge. And if the baby is huge, the father must be ginormous.
So Ben thought that this was the baby. So he thought, if this is the baby, then the father, Finn, must be absolutely ginormous, it said in our story. Ginormous, huge.
As quick as he could, Ben ran out of the house. He ran across the bridge and he didn't stop running until he was back home in Scotland. He was in such a hurry that he lost one of his sandals.
So one of his sandals fell off while he was running. He was so scared.
Quickly, he began to break the bridge. He pulled up the huge rocks and threw them into the sea, so that Finn could never find him and catch him. You ever go to
Northern
Ireland, you can still see part of Finn Bridge. It's called the Giant Causeway.
So if you go to Northern Ireland, and you go to see the Giant Causeway here, you can see part of the bridge that Finn built. And over on the other side is Scotland, and it's fantastic. Though these rocks are really high, you can climb up on them and walk across. So you must go to see them, because of course the story says it was built by giants.
You can also see Ben's sandal.
And you can also see Ben's sandal. The shoe, the sandal that he lost. I've never been to the Giant's Causeway, have you? So I don't know how big this is. I don't know whether you could probably stand on it. Maybe you could even climb on it.
This is like a sofa.
It does look like a sofa. It does look like a sofa. And what are they doing here?
He's throwing stones and he building.
So one of them's throwing the big rocks and the other one's building. So there's some lovely... Oh, there. Is that Finn? Or Ben?
This Ben won't open the doors.
Oh, so this is Ben saying, open the door. So this is Ben going to... So he's got a very, very angry look on his face. You liked drawing Ben, didn't you? Lots of pictures, lots of angry faces. Ben. Let's see the...
Is this computer?
And that's a picture of Ben when he was a baby. Oh, that's Finn.
Where's Finn?
The giant that lived in Ireland. And there again they are throwing the rocks into the sea. Yes. Okay.
Okay, we will talk about St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it's in the Caribbean. The capital is the Kingstown.
The population?
The population 103,000. There are 32 islands in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but the people only live on 9 islands.
The flag has 3 colors, green, yellow and blue. On the yellow part there are 3 green diamonds. St. Vincent and the Grenadines also have petroglyphs that are drawings on rocks. St. Vincent also has a volcano called La Soufrière. It erupted 5 times for 30 years.
One of the oldest botanic gardens in the world. It's 250 years old. Also, who knows the film Pirates of the Caribbean? Oh wow. 5 people? Yeah. So when you see if you see Jack Sparrow fighting with Tana in the first scene, it was filmed in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it was the Victor, really cool, and it was filmed there. So if you remember, it's really good. Okay, so I think it was really nice to say about this country, because this country is really nice. This country have 103,000, because you know how much Bielsko it has 120,000. So it's like Bielsko have more people than St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Bielsko is only a city, and St. Vincent is a country. So thanks for listening to us. Who likes this presentation and that? Really nice. Thanks.
Now, it's nearly time to finish, but before... Ready, Mikołaj, right. Mikołaj, back, Wojowinski and Victor. You ready?
Yes.
Nice voices. We believe you're playing. We've just seen you on the road, so please. Ready? Okay. When I was